Frith. Hope all is well. This video is about Raido working with its movement and its stada, galder, and then just a little bit of some of the meditative practices that come along with that, working with Raido. So generally, the two ways I've seen, and the two ways I've worked with Raido, the stada, is like this, or standing like this with your leg out like that. Those are the two common ways I've seen um, people work with it, and that's so I've just worked with it, and it's nice. So this variation where you are holding it, right? It's a balancing, but also a moving. It invites that sense of forward moving, like we're walking forward. So when I first started with Raido, I would just do kind of like creating that shape, right? Even though it's real rigid, it's it's creating that movement. But then from there, it just turns into a slow walking meditation. And as you do the meditation, just pay attention to different parts of your body, right? Start with the bottom of your feet, and then your toes, and then your ankles, and the tops of your feet, and up your shins, and the calves. Just bring your awareness to each one of these areas as you just slowly walk, right? Another good meditation that can be incorporated is working with breath. So take an inhale and do a couple paces, a couple steps, and then exhale couple steps. So you can start with 4 or 5 steps per breath, breathing in 5 steps, and then as you exhale again, breathe out 5 steps, and just keep that cycle. If I go to a park or the track or something, or wherever, just if you have a nice backyard or something, just do this meditation slowly. So those are 2 good walking meditations that help tune you to the body and its energetics, as well as just calming the mind. It's meditation, right? And it's a great way to relax and absorb life. You're in a good place, and appreciate it, and utilize it. Take advantage of your opportunity, because life can really suck. So whatever you got, take advantage. And if you got a lot, so be it. Don't waste it, right? So that to me is part of working with Raido. Is starting to, where the fuck are you going in life? What do you want? Who do you want to be like? Like these definitely should be questions that you ask yourself throughout your life. But as a runic path, it is like, all right, so this is the place. You've got some sense of awareness. You're able to ground. You're able to get more solid and more energetic with urus. You can refine your focus, right, and give life to what you seek, right? So now it's just like, what is it you seek? So that's a good question for Raido as you go through this process. The Rune Yoga aspect on this path is all about working with the body's energy, right, and then breaking up shit. In the second ayat, we start to like work through all our crap and really break through all the blocks that we have, and sever those unwholesome relationships or whatever it is we have in our life that needs to be dealt with. Because that's all about, you're helping with the body's energetics. You're trying to get healthy. Starting to focus it, breathe it, channel it. Starting to work with the yogic aspect of working with energy. And so now in Raido, one aspect of working with that energy is to start to circulate it, right? And I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm going to do it one after this. But now we're starting to get the energy to flow, right? We've started to refine our focus and give him breath through Ansus. So now we start to focus on the energy in different parts of the body and start to get it moving, right? Because part of Rune Yoga is actually to increase vitality and strength and like make you stronger. That's a good thing in all different aspects, in the mental plane, emotional, whatever you think, in your social relationships. So those are different aspects of working with Raido. So posture, movement, and then for me, just the root galder sound. And ultimately, when I'm working with the galder sounds, my focus is internalizing it, right? So granted, the vibration and descending out into the ethers, like all that is powerful and helpful towards working with like moon magic. But from a meditative perspective, it's really about you're using that sound as an oscillating key to open open yourself, but also to stimulate that vibration in the universe, so that there is this connection, because that's what we're seeking, right? To connect with the runic energies, and then what we do with that is up to us, right? It doesn't matter, but the path itself is all about connecting us with the runes, with that energy. But just as a side note, I want people to use it for good things. Uplifting yourself and your family and your community, right? And trying to create a healthier world instead of what we're doing. Um, and I think of it also one time as I was vibrating and just really connecting with the sound and feeling where it was, where I was feeling it inside. I just had this image of becoming a vehicle, just a normal car, and just the feeling that, and then even oscillating it up and down like a motorcycle, and just playing with the sound, and just feeling what you feel. Again, all at this point, it's really like we're taking everything we've learned. So awareness is key. Like that plays out throughout everything we do, and same with any of the runes. Doesn't matter where we're working on this path, right? Because it's not ultimately linear, but it works. And like later on, I'll talk about how the runes don't always come into our lives in sequence. We start where we're at, and it's all disconnected. But from the standpoint of working it from a runic path, now that Raido is all about moving forward and starting to do something, right? And so no matter what we're doing, that energy is going to be there. So what we're gaining from Raido will apply in all facets of our life from here on out. That's the point of it, right? We are, in a sense, learning to embody the runes, and rune yoga is a great path to do that. It's a solid path that works towards that. And so I'm getting on tangents. I try not to do that, but from the standpoint of the first ayat, we're working on just the physical energies. So it's all about bringing our awareness and our attention and our focus to the sensations within the body, because that is ultimately an easy and effective way to touch in with your energy, right? Because it's all interconnected. Even though we like to separate it in these categories, ultimately it is just a fluid vibrational wave of you-ness, the point within the wave. So yeah, I guess that's it. So to the next video, which should be like right after this one, because I wanted to share the circulation meditation. So yeah, be well and be blessed.
Odin, Thor, Freyr, Freya, Sif, Frigga.